What's going on, guys? Seven here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a beat in FL Studio 20 using only stock plugins, because currently that's all I have. And using Omnisphere or Nexus or whatever, it helps, and there's obviously great sounds and stuff, but you don't need it. Nothing against it. In fact, I'm hoping to get it soon. Just expensive, but I'm just showing you guys that you don't need it. So I'm going to be using just stock sounds. And this is my first video, so bear with me. And make sure to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. I'll put the links down in the descriptions. And BeatStars, I'll put the link for that. I got beats up there if you want to purchase them. Just let me know. And without further ado, let's get this video started. So I'm going to put my headphones on so I can hear better. And right now I got all these sounds picked out. I kind of just went through, picked different sounds, some of my favorite sounds. And I was messing around on my MIDI keyboard here. And right now I'm going to be recording a melody using this preset here, Rhodes DX Piano. It's in Flex. This is a free download for this bank here. And I just turned the decay down because it was kind of overwhelming and was going on too long. And I was messing around on my keyboard and I came up with this. And I like the sound of that, so I'm going to record that right now. I'm going to keep it at 130 beats per minute, but I'm going to record this. Alright, and then I'm going to open up the piano roll, click Alt and drag and select all these. And first I'm going to quantize it actually. And then I'm going to hit Shift D, and it's going to shorten all the notes just because I kind of have OCD and I want them to all be the same. And then I'm going to keep them all selected, hold down Start, scroll all the way up to get them the equal velocity, and then bring the velocity down. And then I'm going to hit Shift and hit up, or I'm sorry, Alt and hit up, and it's going to bring it up an octave. And then And then before I finish making this, after I played the initial part on here, I just kind of looked at the notes and figured out what the scale was, because you can go in here, here, helper scale highlighting, and then I kind of just clicked through different ones until all the notes kind of matched up. And just to make it easier to kind of click in these other notes, I do it by ear, but it makes it a little easier when you can kind of see like what notes fit. So. And then something I usually do is take the bass notes, which are going to be C sharp, G sharp, and B, and then hit Shift, click them, and then bring them down an octave. And then right here, I'm hearing like, rather than these notes repeating, I'm hearing like some type of harmony on it. that's fire. So yeah, I like this. Yeah, that's good. So I'm gonna select all of this and then drag it over, because I like them to be 8 bars. Just makes it a little bit easier and more convenient when you're sort of arranging the beat. So yeah, and then another thing I usually do that a lot of guys don't do is I always kind of bring my sounds into the mixer as I make the beat, because I like to mix it as I make it. So yeah, for my next sound, I got once again I'm using Flex. Another good stock plugin is Sakura. There's a lot of good sounds in there. Even Citrus. If you go plug in presets, generators, Citrus, there's good sounds in here. The flute sound is really good, and the bells, there's pretty good ones. But for this video, I'm going to be using Flex. I picked out this sound. I just kind of like the sound of that, and then there was a delay on it, but I took that out because I don't really like it. And then I'm just going to copy that melody into this. Just because I like the sound of that. And then what I think I'm going to do is come in here and add like a top melody. And then when I make top melodies, I kind of just hear it in my head and kind of click the notes into what I hear. Yeah, that's what I want. But I'm going to get rid of that. And then I'm just going to repeat this over here. And then with this, I think I'm going to add like some reverb or something. Lately, rather than I usually use Fruity Reverb too, but I've been using this Fruity Convolver here. It's pretty good. Usually just keep it at whatever it kind of presets it to. And honestly, you know, you could start doing drums from there, but I found this another Flex once again in the Essential Pianos electric piano. And something that I've been doing lately is kind of just taking the chords and I'm gonna try this out, see how this is, and just make it like chord chops. And no, I don't want to do that. There's already a lot of like rhythm going on because these notes are hitting often, like da 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 da. So I'm actually just gonna make chords. And then something that I've been doing lately is going like this. So you can go into, you can click this and then hit strum and it'll automatically strum it, but I like to go like this. I'll show you guys. and then just repeat the whole thing like a bunch of times. And that's dope. And then I'll do the same thing here. And then just because I have OCD, I'm going to go like this. If you go to the slicer and right click and drag, it'll automatically cut them. And then we're going to go like this. And then same thing, I'm going to cut them. And then we're going to get rid of that. We're just going to go. And then I'm definitely going to bring the velocities down, but first I got to down. Then just copy and paste it over. And then actually what I'm going to do, I don't like how it extends so long, so I'm going to shorten them. That should be good. And then these ones will go like that. And then I'm going to put reverb on it so it kind of extends the chords longer. And then once again, I'm going to use this convolver because I just like how it sounds. It gives it a lot of room, I guess. And then we're going to bring that down. And then with our main melody, there's already a lot of reverb on it, but I'm going to cut out some of the lows because you don't want it to clash with the 808. And then same with this, although I don't think there's many lows in this. Yeah, that's good, so I'm not even going to put an EQ on there. And then that's fire. I can listen to that. We're going to start adding our drums. So I'm just going to go with a 2-step hi-hat. And then for this hi-hat, what I did was I took the out knob, and that's what it sounds like, and I brought it up just to kind of make it, make it more choppy. And then we'll add a clap. And then just boom, boom. And then something I've been doing lately with my hi-hats is doing, actually I'm not going to do that for this, but if you do 1/3, so it's like triplets, you can kind of get a cool rhythm to that, but I'm just going to do quarters for this beat. What the? I didn't even realize I did that. I was like, what? And then another thing that's cool is rather than doing this, you can, or I'm sorry, if you do it here, it kind of gives it a more, you'll just hear how it sounds. Kind of gives it a quicker little like bounce to it, I guess. I like the sound of that. And then I always add a like a lower just to give it more rhythm. So I like the sound of that. And then another thing you can do is if you go like this, then you take the velocities and go like this. Kind of gives it a, like, you'll hear how it sounds. It's kind of dope. It's like velocities, all of these just a little bit because they're kind of overwhelming. Since they're lower, they kind of get louder, like, and then way up high, it's more quiet. I'll do some 1/3 hi-hats right here. Alright. And then so for our drum so far we got this. And then now my favorite part is the 808. So for the 808, what I usually do is just get the rhythm down first that I want. And then I go ahead and change up the notes to make sure they match the bass notes of the melody, which are going to be C sharp, G sharp, and B. So right now I have, I just got rid of the melodies because I like listening to just the drums. And then also you want to right click here and go cut itself so that if you have two notes close to each other like that, they don't like mesh together. It cuts. So the notes are going to be, these notes are going to be C sharp, and then these are going to drop to G sharp, and these are going to be B. And then I'm just going to hit shift and click and bring them all over. Put a note at the end, hit Alt L, and then it's going to connect them like that. And then another thing that I usually do is I go into the envelope here and do the settings like this. Bring the attack all the way down, hold all the way up, and the rest. So that gives you the option to, if you want to make like an 808 kind of cut, like stop, which you can create some really cool rhythms by doing that. But for the sake of this, the reason I'm doing it is because if I, like when I'm arranging the beat and I want the 808 to like stop, like say it cuts out for part of the song, I don't want this note here to keep extending on, so it'll just end. And then for the kick, I pretty much just copy the notes. another kick here to give it more bounce. Hey, hey, hey. And I love listening to just hi-hat, 808, kick, and clap, because, I don't know, it just sounds sick. Hey, 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 hey. So I got this drum loop here, and that's what it sounds like. So I'm gonna see how that sounds. And then another thing I do the same thing with these. Is I do that, then we'll click it in. So same with all my drums. I kind of just listen to it, and wherever I hear it coming in, I put it, and I hear it in those two places. It could be there, I guess. And then I got this beep, which I think it sounds cool. And then there is a pitch to that, so it's kind of weird trying to find the right note. And then for open hats, we're going to put one on the downbeat. And then I think I'm just going to keep it to that, just a downbeat. And then maybe like that. I like that. And then usually when I make beats, I kind of just hum melodies that I hear. Because if you're with an artist, you know, producers don't just make beats. Like, you got to work with the artist, help them find their sound, help them write melodies, help them write lyrics, you know, whatsoever. Not just make a beat for them. So it's good to experiment with different, you know, melodies in your head and maybe write lyrics and whatnot, just to kind of, you know, get a feel for the song. And honestly, most beats could go multiple ways. Like, it could be more of a melodic song where the person's singing, or it could be more like rap, such as like Travis Scott or Drake. But personally, I like the more melodic, you know, singing style rap. So that's kind of what I go for. that's honestly, this beat's good. So I'm just gonna arrange it real quick. I'm gonna go to song, right click, split by channel, Alt Shift, click to select all of them. Click it, drag it over, hit Alt B just to kind of get it over. And then for the intro, I'm feeling just that. And then what I like about this is it's kind of in the background, so it kind of like you can keep it in there, and it's not too much drums. It's kind of the perfect amount of drums. So this is going to be the first part of the hook, and then for the second part of the hook, just to give it more energy, I'm going to bring in this instrument right here, which is that plucky, like that kind of, I think it's called blip. It's like a synth pluck, and then I'm going to bring the kick in, and you'll see how it kind of gives it some more energy. And for some reason with these, it kind of messes up the timing, so I'm going to start it from the beginning. Whenever you like pause the beat and click random places, it messes up the timing. This is going to be the, and then we're going to get rid of, we're not going to bring the kick in. We won't bring that in either. And then this is the verse right here. Same thing, second half of the verse. You want to bring in, you know, the kick. You can bring in other instruments, but I think adding the kick in there adds a really cool effect. And then so after the second verse, it's going to come to this part right here. Second verse, rather than having this play, we're gonna have this play, and then after the second verse, we're just gonna bring in all three instruments. And then we're going to have this drum loop play. So this is going to be the outro. And then I always create an automation clip for the master volume. And then, not always, but it's just something, it's kind of a go-to that you can always do. And why is that there? What? I messed up something. I know what I did. Alright, whatever. And then right click right where you want it to start fading out, and then bring the volume down, and then drag this. And another thing you can do to kind of give it more, like make the drop more like intense, is get like a hot or a crash like that right before the beat comes in, reverse it, and then it's like build up like that. Let's bring it into the mixer. Go to 12. Let's bring the volume down a little. And then, so here's what we got. So that's going to be it today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be back with more videos soon. Drop a comment, drop a like. Let me know if you liked the video. Give me some tips on what I could do better. Like I said a couple of times, this is my first video, so kind of trying to figure out the best way to make videos and what you guys want to see. So let me know in the comments what you think, video suggestions, what I did bad in this video, what I can do better, etc., etc.